Okay, I'm recording right away. Not even
Yeah,
say
no
hi
warm
almost.
up, just
Yeah,
straight up
no warm
recording.
up. Yeah, because it was more fun. So there's a thunderstorm coming to you, right? Is that it?
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna come though. It looks a bit too sunny right now for a thunderstorm.
I
But I
see, I
got the
see.
alert on my phone and I was like, this might be fun if it starts pouring.
Oh, you got alerts just for rain? Who are you?
No, I got alert for severe thunderstorm on my phone.
Oh, wow. And it's gonna, so it happens in Canada to have this? Like, it's actually a thing.
Yeah, sure.
I never had that in my life. In Lille, we have no crazy weather conditions. So yeah,
Really, there's no thunderstorms. Never.
there is, but nothing that requires you to do anything. Anyway.
All right. How are you?
Well, I'm good. I'm tired. It's my how much? 7? Yeah, 7 call of the day. And I realized it's so stupid. I do 8 calls in the same day. I should just do a live stream instead of do 8 recordings. Like.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And I think that makes sense because it's
Yeah,
launch day.
it would also hype up the lunch day,
Yeah,
which would be
it's the
great.
launch
More
day,
marketing.
and there's FOMO for the discount codes and the whole thing. Because yeah, discount code should only work for a few days to create FOMO. I will tell that before the launch, so to make sure your code are good. But yeah, I mean, it's cool to work on this project. Like I have new ideas all the time, and it's moving fast, so it's really cool. So yeah, it's exciting. We'll see how it goes. Uh,
Yeah, and you have such a large audience, and there are so many people replying to your tweets that you can almost validate an idea instantly
yeah,
because
yeah,
you
yeah. I
can tell
noticed
by the
that.
response.
Yeah, yeah, it's quick. It's quick. I can see, for example, all these videos right now that we do, not a crazy response. Like this podcast, it's not, I mean, it's the beginning. Podcast is long term. Some people are starting. There's some guy I saw today that say he's listening to every episode already. So, I mean, or at least
Yeah.
he's listening every day. So that's like cool. But,
What's his name?
oh, it's not a real name. It's some anime
Oh,
profile pic and shit. I forgot. I
all
just saw
right.
him.
Well, shout out to you,
Yeah,
anime person.
shout out to you, Mister. Yeah, um, yeah, but so maybe that's not the right thing. Maybe podcast isn't the right thing. Maybe the right thing is live streaming, and it makes so much sense. It's a launch day. It's an event. So yeah, I think for this launch day we'll do both because I'm already too deep, anyway. So I
Yeah.
don't want to have some founders that have the video and some that don't have. It would be unfair. So doing the video for everyone, but we'll do also live stream and get a feel for it. We'll see, who shows up.
Okay. Like, so you're gonna do live streaming with everyone, like the 15 or 12 people that are
Yeah,
part of the lunch day?
yeah.
Okay.
Like
Yeah, I'm down for
basically,
that.
awesome. I don't know how I'll organize. Maybe it's just gonna be like there's gonna be like a timeline and people can take a slot. Kind of like today. Basically today that's what it was. It's just that me and
Yeah.
you, but like it's basically people took a slot and then they talk about their product. So that's just
Right.
literally it's just oh yeah. I feel stupid now because I'm like it's obvious. But yeah. Um so
I
yeah,
don't know
man.
if you remember this, like 2, 3 years ago, we had a call together.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
You were you were doing like those random calls with people. Just I don't know, maybe you felt lonely or something, or just wanted to talk with other indie makers. But yeah, we had
Uh,
a call. Crazy. It feels
that's
like
timeline.
another era. Yeah.
That is, but that's one of the secrets. Because there's always like uh, a secret play happening. I mean, and one of the reason I grew on Twitter was that I did that thing 3 years ago. I was calling people a lot, and I probably went on to 50 or 100 calls, few per week, just with people I started befriending on Twitter. And I
I
mean,
didn't
I
know you
just,
you did that much.
yeah, I did, I think 50. I don't know. Then it
It's
was
crazy.
exhausting. But the secret thing that happened that I didn't realize back then because I was just wanting to meet people. Because yeah, I felt lonely. I have no indie maker friend here, so it's fucking annoying. So yeah, and so the secret thing is once you connect to people on that level, on social, it's a completely different game. You
Right.
know, it's not the same. When you see someone you talk to, you speak to, you have a connection with, you know, the reaction to their content is completely different.
So do you
That
think your growth was because of that, or because I felt like it was because you had this meme niche, you were the only one doing it, and memes are very engaging.
yeah,
So
it's
it
both.
was
It's everything. It's everything. But like, you know, in
right.
my Twitter course, I used to say it's really about being social. It's social media. And so I tell people you should just be friends with people. And I give this example. Imagine you go to a party and you know nobody and you start talking about your ideas. Nobody gives a shit. It's not because your ideas are bad, it's because you don't know anybody. But if you make friends and you talk about your idea, then even if your ideas are shit, your people will support you. You know, it's terrible, but it's a bit true. And of course, you need to have both. And I'm just saying, once you really have a connection with someone. So anyway, the secret play here is like, even if LaunchDay fails, if I interview 100 founders, that's, let's say half of them are active on Twitter, that's 50 people who help my engagement long term. Just like the secret kind of like interesting thing, second-hand benefit that I get from doing LaunchDay and these interviews. And people don't think about that. So
Right.
I think that's interesting.
So just making friends. That's the key.
Yeah, that's, and you know, I've never been this person. I was always alone in school, like really, like lonely as fuck. And
Really.
even here, I'm lonely as fuck here. I'm not kidding. I have one friend. I didn't see him in 2 weeks. Uh,
Where,
uh
so is this a small city where you live?
Not too small. It's like 250,000.
Okay.
uh,
Are you near a big city? Like, is it just like the suburbs, but the big
no,
city is right next
it's
to
the
you?
big city. It's the big city. Yeah.
Oh,
In France,
okay.
big cities are like maximum. I mean, except Paris, it's gonna be 500, 1 million for the biggest. Paris is like way more, but that's Paris. Paris is very unique. Um, so no, it's a big city. It's a number 5 or number 7 city in terms of like importance. So yeah, it's quite a big city. It's just that it's smaller because it's France. But yeah, so yeah, I have basically no. But that's why I spend so much time on Twitter because I have friends. That's where I have my friends basically. And in a way,
Right.
it's sad, and in a way, it's
It's
cool.
also addictive. That's one reason why people spend their days on Twitter. Is because it's addictive.
Yeah, we're
You get a
lonely and
dopamine spike every tweet, every like, every comment. It's
fuck
like an
yeah,
endless little rat wheel.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
it
starting
is.
to get in that rat wheel again. I remember I was in that rat wheel like
3 years
two,
ago, two
three
years
years
ago.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So how? And so yeah, I remember like I came back before you because I left for 6 months also, but like you left for longer. How was it for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I left for like I don't know if it's 2 or 3 years, but yeah, I completely stopped building, completely stopped posting on Twitter. I think you kept posting on Twitter the whole time, right?
I stopped for 6 months, and for 6 other months, I was just posting kind of boring things. Like I wasn't inspired. I was just still trying to make some memes, but it was completely, my heart wasn't into it. So I had basically 1 year of mostly on and off, not really there, not really active. Yeah.
I see. You don't seem to have lost a lot of momentum. I remember when I came back on Twitter, it's like I still had like 10K followers, but it doesn't mean anything. Like
Oh no,
if
yeah,
you
it
stop
doesn't.
posting for 2, 3 years, you might as well have zero followers. Because I was
Yeah.
posting in the void, and to some extent, I'm still posting in the void. I'm nowhere near but it's like it's fine.
Yeah. You know what helped me? Because I burned out from in part Twitter last time. Yeah. You know what helped me? The shit posting now. Yeah. Shit posting that helps me so much, man. Yeah. Because
Yeah,
like,
you
you know,
just when you start posting, you like post one tweet a minute for like 10 minutes straight,
Yeah.
and then I see you the next day.
Oh yeah. How is it for you? I have no idea how it is for other people, the experience.
Yeah, it seems like you're just posting a bunch of tweets in a row, and then I
Yeah.
don't know, you go to sleep, and then I don't hear about you for like 8 hours,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it's shit posting again.
Yeah. Yeah. I basically swing the pendulum, how we say. Like, I used to be so, like, with my course, it's all about strategy. And it's awesome. When you're starting,
Right.
I think it's very helpful because it's scary to just jump into bleh, like I do now. Just like, yeah, I
Just
just,
brain vomiting on the internet.
yeah, it's scary. It's very scary to do. It's very, very scary. So at first, it's good to have a strategy like I used to do. But I was so obsessed with strategy. I was doing like 2 posts a day at the perfect time, replying in the morning, replying to everybody, and that was awesome. But like, eventually, that becomes very stressful. And the only way to keep my addiction to social media without burning out is to real post and shit post a little bit. I mostly try to real post. I don't really like shit post, but I don't lie. I don't invent things. I don't troll.
So tell me, what's the difference between real post and shit post? Never heard this term.
No, I just made it. But I guess
Oh,
shit post can be somebody trolling. Shit post can be
I
somebody
see.
lying. Peaks just to get
Okay.
engagement. You know, uh, and for me, it's more like saying things that might make me look stupid or make people uncomfortable, but that I really think, you know, uh, or that are silly,
Right.
but that are real experiences. And
That's true. There are definitely some of your tweets that made me cringe. But then you have to ask yourself, like, why am I cringing at this? What about myself? Am I afraid to say that this makes me cringe? I think if you
yeah,
cringe, it's a problem you have, not
yeah, yeah, a hundred
not a problem
percent,
about the other person.
100%. Oh my God. Yeah. And so what helps is that once you start doing that, I don't know, I don't know. It's not scary for me anymore to be on social media. It's not scary. And I had a lot to lose because I had all these followers and you think it means something, but it's also like I was really ready to lose. That's why I started posting like this because I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. Like I don't. It's not gonna save me. It's not gonna change my life. Like it's okay if I lose everything. If everybody hates me, it's okay. And once I became comfortable with that, I just started real posting. And now I'd never enjoyed social media basically before now. It wasn't.
Really,
Yeah,
creating
like it
meme is
was
fun.
cool.
No,
I like making memes. Uh, I really liked it. But what I didn't enjoy is like I was always stressed. I was always afraid what people are going to think. Am I getting engagement? And I still think about it, of course. But what I'm saying is like what I noticed when I'm 100% real and opening up whatever I think. Sometimes it's going to be more silly. Sometimes it's going to be more deep. But when I do that, then I don't know. Like when you're being real, people will respond to you real a
yeah,
lot.
for sure.
And like, it doesn't matter to have a billion people seeing your tweets because if 5 people appreciate it or even 1 person appreciate it, you feel seen, you feel connected. And I think what drives you crazy on social media is you keep posting, but you always feel alone. But when you start being real, you can actually bridge that. At least that's what I feel now. And so even with a few connections, you're like, oh, wow, this is cool. Like, this is making you feel good. But what's difficult is when you try to go viral, you think of like, oh, I'm going to make this thread. It's going to take 5 hours and you post this shit and it gets 0 views. Then it's fucking annoying. Uh,
Right.
you know? So yeah.
Yeah, those are two different ways of posting. But I think let's say you weren't feeling lonely, or you had a, I don't know, a really good real life group of friends that
Imagine you
you
had a
saw
good life.
that
Thanks.
you saw often. I don't think the like strategy approach would feel that lonely because then it's just a game you're playing online and you have like your real social life
Oh
connections.
wow, yeah, that makes sense. I never thought of that. Yeah. Yeah.
But to be honest, I haven't thought about it that deeply. For me, it's just a great way to keep myself motivated by seeing other people post
Yeah.
about their businesses, getting results. And then it makes you like some people don't like comparing themselves to like more successful people, but I think it's actually good for you because it drives you to do more and it expands your horizons and makes you think larger because sometimes you're stuck in your little bubble and you think that you're doing the right thing, but you could be doing so much more. It's just you don't realize it.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that following Peter
I mean,
Levels does
there's a dark side
following
to it as
Peter
well, but
Levels does that for me 100%. Every time I'm like, holy shit, he went further than I thought was possible. You know,
right.
that's crazy.
You're probably
Yeah.
thinking of the vibe coded game he did,
Ah,
like the
yeah, yeah,
airplane
yeah,
thing.
yeah, 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 yeah. The fly
Because I
thing.
remember when he did that, you started posting about him a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was for me. That was insane. But that was also
It
because I
is
was more
insane.
depressed and I was triggering. That was so triggering. And so I posted about that, about being triggered. You know, I'm like,
Right.
I'm jealous, I'm jealous, I'm jealous. I made a big post about that because I think a lot of us are, and it's good to say it. It's like helping people heal or something. Uh,
You mean jealous?
I mean, envious. You know, I was envious of him,
Envious?
100%. And I made a post about I'm envious because of this, and I made a post like saying I'm envious like 20 times.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that tweet. But is envy bad? I mean, I guess jealousy is bad, but
I mean, I said
envy
jealousy,
could.
but that's because in France, jealousy is the English word for envy, and envy is it's the reverse. So I said jealousy, but I
Right.
meant envy. Yeah. Um, yeah.
I just think all of it is motivating.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm just annoyed though, but I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, shut up. Not with him
I mean,
especially, but like, yeah.
I'm sometimes I'm frustrated, but it's never directed outwards. It's always like I'm always like if I'm frustrated, it's against me or my inabilities or some like somehow some limiting belief that I have that is blocking me or
Yes.
whatnot.
That's the wise way to look at it because it's always that 100%. Yeah. But sometimes,
Yeah, at the end of the
when you
day, I
see,
just think it's like volume will negate all of that. That is a famous saying from Alex Ramosi. Like if you just keep
oh, I
doing
hate him.
it and you don't stop, which I did for 2 years, but anyway, that's a different story. But let's say I did not stop for that 2 years. I'd be having crazy momentum right now. Crazy momentum.
Yeah.
And I'd probably be much further along. But anyway, I don't regret at all the 2 years break period I took. I'm just saying that's the reality. If I did
So
not
you took
stop,
a
I'd
break
be,
from indie hacking as well?
yeah, all, yeah, all indie hacking, all Twitter. I
So
was just working at my job.
to just giving the story, you
Yeah,
were one of the victims of Elon's API price change. Uh,
right.
you had a Twitter,
Yeah,
not just API price change, but also kicking out half of the people. Not kicking out, but making them leave. Because you had an A/B testing tool for profile bio. What a time it was! 3 years ago, when this kind of idea had traction.
yeah.
Oh my God.
This was a time where there was so many Twitter tools because the Twitter API was free. That's a big part of it. Because I don't think less people want to grow on X now than people were trying to grow on Twitter back then. It's just that there were a lot more tools back then because the API
Open
was completely
API.
free.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he changed the pricing from free to 42,000 a month. There were some
Yeah.
lower tiers,
You can
but
see this guy is maybe a billionaire and disconnected from the price of things. Okay, entry level,
yeah.
42K. And then what I think was shitty is then a few months later, okay, we have an actually good tier at 5K, which could have saved maybe not yours, but a lot of products. But it was too
Yeah.
late. Yeah.
I remember it would have saved Tony Din's Black Magic
Yeah, I loved Blackmagic
tool.
so much. I was using it heavily.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. It was so
You
good.
could see, just for people, like you could click on somebody's profile and see every interaction you had with that person. I love that. You could see all of their likes, replies, retweets in the past. So when you had some engagement, you could see who the fuck is that person again? Oh yeah, they commented on my post 6 months ago. That's who I knew them from. That was
And
fucking
you had
brilliant.
also crazy analytics on your own stats, like way better than what the
Yeah.
Twitter analytics was providing at that time. And so I had like this crazy Twitter tool stack. I was using my own tool, Birdie. I had Black Magic. I had this other one called Engagement Builder, which allowed you to reply
Engagement
and like
builder, man.
it
Everybody
was
who bought
crazy.
my course, they were like, what can we do without engagement builder? Because they went down. Because of this, they went down. And it was just the
Right.
best tool. It was just like, I mean, I didn't use it because I was such a power user. I just used Twitter with keyboard shortcuts and I reply like a
Oh.
madman. But that's like ultimate. But for a normal person who just want to engage more, engagement builder was insane. I had NPM scripts,
It was
for
nice.
me. So you can't imagine the level I
Really?
was at. I had NPM
What?
scripts every day to check my top 300 people to engage with, see who had tweeted in the past 24 hours, excluding retweets, and then it would telling me who I
Right.
didn't interact with recently, and then opening 20 tabs in Chrome so I could interact with them and build up my replies. That you can't imagine.
That's
That was
insane.
my small NPM tool I had made.
Yeah, you
Using the free
created your
API.
own Twitter stack. Instead of
Yeah, yeah,
using all those tools like I did, you just created your own like NPM script.
yeah, yeah.
So I had like five or six of these tools, and I had like a crazy system that I would run daily. Yeah, what a time. I think that maybe I'm just being nostalgic or sentimental, but I feel like this was the golden era of indie hacking.
No, you're right. Because I remember when I was in it, because back then I already had experience in my life of like things ending, death, things like that. And I remember thinking, sorry for going dark, but like I remember thinking, this is an amazing time. I remember thinking that for 1 year, this is an amazing time, and it will not last because nothing lasts. And I'm like and I wasn't worried, but I know
All right.
things don't last. It's not bad. It's life. Things die.
Oh.
And I was like, I was hoping it would last 10 years. It lasts just one, but or two. But yeah, it was indeed an amazing time. I mean, you could make money with fucking A/B testing profile bios, man. What the fuck is that? What the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
is that?
But whoa, it wasn't only profile banner, it was your whole profile. Profile banner, profile picture, description, the location, text, everything.
Oh my
Everything that
god,
was in
yeah.
your profile, you could A/B test it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that was like so niche, and I can't believe it actually worked. And I don't know if I told you this, but it was gonna work like even better. I was gonna make like, okay, this is speculation, but I
How
had
much were
the
you making before speculating?
I was making 1.2K MRR.
Okay, with just that
And
tool. But then
and
I think
with
you found that it was like for if you worked with the big account, you could make way more money or something.
no, that's not, I mean, yeah, that's probably the strategy I should have taken, honestly, because the tool was useless for smaller accounts.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not the path I chose, unfortunately. But with all the free trials I had and with the known conversion rate from free trial to paid, I was gonna make 5K MRR with Birdie, but yeah, the API thing happened. So obviously
Oh my god.
I don't know if that would have actually materialized, but
Let's say at least
it would have been
half.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least half.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So,
I like
and
when you
this
speak.
was my ultimate
Yeah.
dream come true. Like
Yeah.
this would have been
Basic
crazy.
basic as SaaS that you enjoy working on, but that's cool. I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying, just a
Yeah.
cool idea, and we just have fun and we make money. That's what it's supposed to be. And now it's become so hard. Yeah.
Yeah, but looking back, it was actually a shitty idea. It was a terrible idea.
Well, it's an idea that works when the market is very good
Yeah, I
because
guess
people
if the
have money
market
for it.
is excellent, then you can have a shitty idea and it's still gonna
No,
work.
it's not a
This is
shitty
like
idea, but like I'm a big fan of A/B testing, and I know a few people actually. A lot of people think you need so much data, so they never even try. But I had
right.
experience
That's
with
not
A/B
true.
testing for a long time, and I use it a lot, so I know it's cool. But yeah.
Yeah, and I went through a whole statistics course, like
Oh yeah, I
literally
remember
like
that. You were working so hard
level
for this.
one university statistics course on Udemy. It took me like 3 months because I was like working at the same time just to like have statistical, uh, like rigorous statistical information on Birdie.
Oh my God. I
I was
remember.
really committed to this.
It sounds so silly now. It's so fun. And at this time, I remember this poor guy. He was a young French guy, I think 15 or 16. Lilian. Do you remember Lilian? Lilian?
Yeah.
Remember this guy?
Yeah.
And he had made this small Twitter scheduler that was actually a better UX than all of these big guys, than Hype Fury, than everybody. Very simple, just for Twitter. That's why the UX was better, because they had less things to support. And I remember actually, I used it. And the first time I tried it, 30 minutes after my post is deleted, and it's going viral, and my post is deleted, I completely trashed him in the DMs. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And then 2 hours later, we realize, oh no, it's an outage on Twitter. It's not his tool. It's just that
Oh shit.
this outage happened the first time in 3 years, the day I switched tools to use his tool. So I completely, I was so mad in the DMs. But anyway, and of course, he was making, I think, 7 or maybe 1K per month with this. And he was 16 or 17. And then API prices. And he didn't say a word. He didn't delete his account. He didn't change anything. But we never seen him again. That's so sad.
Actually, after that, he created this other product that was it was creating ads automatically, like some kind of
Yeah?
I'm not sure what it was, but then it actually got bought out by Thibault, Thibault.
No. Oh, Thibault, yeah.
Yeah, and then he transformed that into like another one of his businesses. And then he disappeared, and we never saw him again. And I actually bought a lifetime deal on his last app, but then he got shut down, and then I'm just like, oh well.
Oh yeah, that's one of the problem with indie making and lifetime deals. And I think a lot of people that go on AppSumo to sell lifetime deals, it's just like they know they're gonna quit, so they're like, okay, let's go out with a bang, lifetime deal, let's make 20K, and then give up on this product. I don't know. I just get this vibe
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah. Oh my God.
It sounds like Vikram.
Yeah.
When
So
you know, you know.
this is another story. Oh my God. So Vikram is this 13-year-old Indian boy that was talking with us on Twitter 2 or 3 years ago. He was always kind of like part of we were like a team of 3 people. It was weird. Every time I was tweeting we were all interacting all the time. And he was super spicy and super always bantering and everything. And one day, I think he launched a product on Indie Hackers, an early access you could pre-buy. And I don't want people to think I think this is cool because we're laughing at this, but it's just laughing at how ridiculous this is. It's not good. I will never do something like this. It's disgusting. But it's ridiculous, like the situation. And so he launched this early access thing. And I think he made like what, $200 or something? I don't know exactly. But it was a few hundred, right? He sold a few spots
Right.
for his product. And then He disappeared. He had spent months. We were talking with him. I almost retweeted him to support him. We were friends and shit. And this, but you know, he's 13, so you also understand that things change quickly, and they don't really know about any loyalty or shit. But so
Well, because he was so young, he's probably like, I can live like a king for the rest of my life with this amount.
he,
And he
he
just
made
disappeared.
$200, and we never saw him again. He probably, you know, I imagine 99% chance people never got this product and never got their money back for sure. I mean, it would be unlikely. Uh, and so, but sometimes when we DM, you and me will think, oh, Vic. And now, you know, he must be so different because he was 13. He must be 16 now. Between 13 and 16, you're a completely different person. So,
Right.
oh my God. Vikram, fucking Vikram. I remember him. He was funny. So yeah, that was one of the first grifters, you know, because now there's a lot of them. But you know, he was one of the original.
Really?
No, I'm kidding, but you know,
Oh,
I feel like there's more now. There's way more people now. Like you saw this 10-year-old guy who was giving away $100 if you retweeted him, and who launched on Product Hunt. I mean, come on.
no, I didn't
Oh my
see
God.
that, but that's
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
yeah.
I
That's
respect the hustle
disgusting.
though.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like him,
You're
you know.
like, it's disgusting. I'm like, I respect the hustle.
That, you know, that's the difficulty. Like, and one of the problem I think with this community sometimes is we so want to respect the hustle and support each other. Sometimes we don't say, okay, you shouldn't do that, you know.
Right. Well, obviously it's bad. Like if he knew better, he would never do that because it's gonna taint his reputation and it's gonna be bad for him long term.
Yeah,
But
for
the only
sure.
reason he did that is because he doesn't know that. Because if he knew better, he wouldn't have done it. So all we can
Yeah,
do about it is laugh. It's just hilarious. One day he'll learn.
yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
He's probably gonna get like consequences from that.
You know, it's possible I would have done the same at his age because I didn't see other people as like, you know, when you're this young, at least for me, I didn't have much empathy. Like now I have a lot of empathy, but I used to like, I wasn't connected. I was just, you know, I remember doing something that was, I think, quite horrible when I was 13. I just remember now. I was playing this, you know, Fantasy Star Online, which is kind of like MMO RPG, but like that was on Dreamcast something. And some guy had accumulated super rare weapons that took him dozens of hours of work, and I convinced him to show it to me. But when you show it to someone, you know, I can just get away with it. He drops the
Oh,
weapon.
he dropped it on the floor and then you picked
Yeah.
it up.
And I just picked it. And I remember I was running away out of the lobby because you have to go. And it was just this funny scene when I was
Uh,
with a friend. We were like, oh, we got him, we got him. And I was running out of the lobby. And this guy was like, hey, what are you doing? And then I'm just like leaving. And then I
Dude,
had
I did
this.
this so many times. I don't know if you know about this platform called Neopets.
I've
That's
heard
it's
about it.
like
Yeah.
I was addicted to this when I was a kid, and you could create a guild, like a clan,
Yeah.
and then people would join your clan. That's actually where I learned to code because I had to build like the guilds were like HTML pages, and I was doing like all those animations and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I wanted my clan to be like the best clan. So what I did is I created a fake account and then I befriended all those other clan people and
Oh,
I somehow convinced them to put me admin. And then as soon as this person would put me admin, I'd kick everyone out of their clan. So their clan would be empty.
oh my
And
God.
then I just
How
have
old were you?
I don't
Oh,
know, it might have
28.
been like
Oh my God. Yeah.
last year. No, I thought I was like, I think I was like, let me think, probably like 12.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what Vikram did. Let's be honest. For him, that's the
Yeah, he's
same
just
thing.
being young. He's being a young person. And he
Young piece
doesn't
of
feel
shit.
like there's any consequences of doing
Exactly.
shitty
Yeah.
stuff online.
So yeah, don't trust 12-year-old indie makers. Um, okay, so back to your story. Break from Twitter, traumatized by Elon Musk, and then what?
Yeah, traumatized by actually no, I didn't really I was just rolling with the punches. I wasn't I wasn't that sad about it. What really destroyed me is that at that time I broke up with my ex and that
Oh,
completely fucked me up.
oh my God!
And then and
Don't jump.
so what do you
No,
mean?
because
Like
I see you on the
behind me?
balcony. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't jump. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and but honestly that's the best thing that ever happened to me because when something this bad happens to you, you either like become very depressed or there's a big period of growth. And that's
yeah,
what happened to me. And so and it like at the end of that relationship anyway, I was a shell of myself. So if
yeah.
that didn't happen, more bad things would have happened in my life. But anyway, at that time I was really destroyed. And so when that happened, I still continued building on Birdie. They they kind of happen at the same time, like Elon Musk raising the prices and me breaking up with my ex. But then I
Mm-hmm.
still continued working on Birdie because there was still a light version that had less features, but it's like
Mm.
it was my baby, so I was just keeping it alive, even though it was garbage.
Denial, yeah, and also grief, but also your use of the API was a bit different. It wasn't about posting, so maybe the
Right.
limits weren't applying the same to you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I needed so much. I was reading so many tweets. Like I think I would have had troubles even with the 42K per
Oh yeah.
month
Oh,
plan.
okay.
Like
Okay. Okay.
it was crazy the amount of tweets I was reading, like
Mm.
30,000 tweets a minute per account or something like that. Like
Why?
I don't quite remember, but it
Oh,
was like
because you
something
were estimating
ridiculous.
the impact of the A/B
Yeah,
test, so there
so
was a
I
lot
was
of reading.
calculating the profile clicks via the tweets
I see.
because there
Yeah.
was no endpoint that was exposing the number of profile clicks other than via the tweets. So I was reading all the tweets of this
Oh, so
account.
you could know just to know the number of profile clicks. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my God.
I had to aggregate that from the tweets.
Oh, I see. I see.
But
Okay, so this didn't. So what did you do then after this breakup and everything?
yeah, so I kept working on Birdie, kept working on my job. Like, was just really depressed. Like for 6 months, it was hell. Like the first 3 months, I was literally feeling like pain in my body because it was so intense.
Yeah.
But yeah, eventually I started. I was like, okay, I don't have a girlfriend right now. I'm kind of isolating myself because I feel shitty all the time, so I don't really want to see my friends.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I need to find something. So then I started like getting into dating really intensely.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I started, there's this kind of subculture about pickup and game
Oh,
as
for
they
sure.
call it.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So I started like there was a game group in my city in Montreal, and so I made really good friends that I'm still friends with to this day. And I started going out in bars and clubs, just talking to women for like 2 years straight. Like that's basically all I did. And
Wow. That
it's
was
not
your side
it
project. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Because when I'm obsessed with something, I just go all in. So I was working like 2 hours a day. Like sometimes I didn't work at all. And I was just go crazy, like talking to like for some people that might sound creepy, but I mean maybe it is. I don't know. But when you're in that like the state that I was in at the time, it was like incredible. It was so invigorating to like
Yeah.
not be sad and just working on your social skills. And there are many vehicles for growth. You could grow by just with business. Social skills is another type of growth. And it's not
Yeah.
just about like I don't know, having sex with women. I mean, that's part of the goal is having sex with women, but it's more about like uh getting rid of your insecurities
Yeah.
just because it like okay, the amount of courage it takes to approach a woman that doesn't know you
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Super
just
scary.
like uh just talk with her and then not care about a rejection. That like this took me such like I was so afraid of talking to women, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that 2 year period was one of the best thing I've ever done in my life. I met so many new friends. I met so many amazing women. Like it was crazy. But now, like after 2 years, it's like at some point you're like, okay, like I'm not afraid of talking to women anymore. I can pretty much go to any woman and start having a conversation with her and not be or feel creepy and just have a nice conversation. And if it, if we vibe, we vibe. If we don't, we don't. We just
Yeah. Yeah.
walk away. So at some point, it's like what am I going to do? Am I just going to keep doing that forever? And for me, like some people do that. They just, they just game forever. And some people are not into monogamy, and that's fine. But I really want kids and a family later. So for me, the next logical step was just to settle down with a girlfriend. And I got to pick my girlfriend from from during this 2 years, I tasted the rainbow. So I got to pick someone that I really, really enjoy, like her personality
Yeah. That's awesome.
uh and looks wise. And now, yeah, I have an amazing girlfriend. And now I'm just on my next quest, I guess, which is building a business. And now I'm
But
just
that's it, man.
obsessed with
That's
it.
all about the quest. And so
Yeah, if you
once
don't
you
have a
have,
quest,
yeah,
if you don't have a main project in your life, it's like there's nothing to wake up to in the morning.
exactly. Yeah, you need a quest. And that's what irks me sometimes with some posts about, oh yeah, just ship fast and just don't think about it and avoid things that are too risky. Just go with easy ideas. But it's boring also sometimes. It's the danger. I mean, it depends at what level you are in your life and what quest you need. Some people just shipping fast, maybe that's their quest, 100%. But sometimes your quest is like something else. And, it depends. And so, for example, for me, I was trying to solve my problem of my previous startup with, okay, I'm just going to ship faster, do small ideas, and build from that. But I never got anywhere for 1 year because I was always bored with it because it's not inspiring me. So it wasn't a quest. But working on this product hunt competitor is more of a quest. It's more interesting to me because it's challenging, like it's hard,
Right.
and it's also, and when you share on social media, it's also cooler when you have a quest because when you talk about it, people care. If you just talk about, hey, look, I have a new to-do list app, it's not a quest. So nobody gives a shit. But if you're like, oh, I'm taking down product hunt, fuck this, like it's like crazy, it's scary, maybe you're not gonna make it, or me, I talk about not shipping or whatever. That's a quest and that's interesting. You're fighting demons, you're fighting dragons, like it's cool. And if you don't
Agreed.
have that, you're bored, and it's harder also for people to be interested. If you're bored, they are bored. So it's cool to have a quest, man. So what's your quest now?
Yeah, so it's been like I don't know, like 6 months that I've slowly ramped up to starting to work on business again. And
Yeah,
now I feel like at this point I'm not ramping up anymore. I'm working like 12 to 16 hours a day and I'm fully obsessed. So I don't think I
amazing.
can ramp up more. Also, I have I told you that I have 10K in debt and I have no job and I don't want a job. There's no
Nice.
way. Like I'd rather die than have a job right now.
Shit, man, I love
Like
this. That's how I feel now.
like
Yeah. Not
there's
die,
like
but
I'd
yeah.
rather live on the streets. I
Yeah,
like
same.
I was gonna go live with my parents in they have like this basement thing, but my girlfriend was like, because they live like 2 hours away. So she'd have to drive 2 hours to see me. So she was like, no, let's not do that. So right now she's paying the rent.
Yeah.
So,
I wanted to move
but
and live with Alex Izora in Georgia, the country, not the state. And my girlfriend said, please no. So, yeah, I get it.
yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, she's very supportive. She knows that I'm doing this for our future
Yeah.
because, you know, so yeah, I have this part taken care of, and now I can just focus on building every day. That's all I do. That's all I want to do. And to me, the way I feel about this is that success is inevitable. I don't care how much time it's going to take. It could take 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, but it's just inevitable. Also because I'm learning so much right now. I'm reading all those
Yeah.
books and I'm actually executing. And yeah, there's no way I'm not going to make this work.
So what are you executing? Show me.
Yeah. So right now I'm working on ChampSignal, which is a platform to monitor your competitors. And so there are many competition monitoring platforms right now, but they're very like enterprisey, and they're not simple, they're not lightweight. And what they give you is
You
a
need to
bunch.
contact sales, I guess, every time.
Yeah, you need to contact sales. And what they're giving you is a bunch of information rather than intelligence. So what you want is not like, you don't want to be overwhelmed by all those
Yeah, yeah.
new information like, oh, this website have this Google ad or new backlinks or new keywords. What you want is like the top 10% most important information. Like you don't want all the rest. So
Can
that's
you show an
basically what ChampSignal.
Can you show an example?
So, okay, so let's say on ChampSignal right now, there are 4 trackers. There's a Google Ads tracker, backlinks tracker, keywords tracker, and a website tracker. So
Yeah.
if you take the Google Ads tracker, I could send you a signal, or this is just terminology of my app. I could send you an email for every ad
Yeah.
they have or every new ad they're posting.
Yeah, yeah, I see.
Or I could just send you when an email when an ad has been up for like 100 days. So
Yeah.
this is an ad that's performing. Otherwise, they would never leave it up and lose money on this ad.
Yeah, I see.
So I could only send you the information that's important and actionable, and
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you don't get drowned out by all the information. And so you can actually focus on your business instead of focusing on your
And how does that
competitors.
work?
Because
Do you have to input your competitors? Do you do the research of the competitors?
yeah, so you just input their URL, and that's it. You have a place on the dashboard where you can just put all your competitors, and
I
then it's
see.
going to start tracking them on every level. And eventually, now I have 4 trackers. Eventually, I'll add more trackers. And yeah, so the idea is that you don't like focusing on your competitors is bad, because you don't want to focus on
Oh
your
yeah,
competitors. You want
100%.
to focus
Yeah.
on your own business, but you
Yeah, yeah.
also don't want to ignore like the important stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where Champ Signals comes in, like just a
That's a
tip
very good
the
selling.
iceberg.
That's a very good value proposition, the way you put it. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not launched yet, so I might be completely. Oh,
Oh my God, Nikhil,
Hey,
you're
hi.
hi,
early.
Nikhil. What's up,
Wait,
bro?
I'm finishing another call.
Okay, let me leave the call for now.
Oh my God.
We had a visitor.
First time it happened. I thought Riverside was protecting me against this because the whole day it didn't happen for 7 calls. Oh my God. Nikhil
That's
was so
hilarious.
early. He's 8 minutes
He's an early
early.
bird.
Oh my God. He's in India, so maybe he's a late bird. I think it's 9 p.m. for him. That's why he's early. He wants to
Right.
get it over with. Okay, so it's not live yet, you said. Okay.
Yeah, it's not live yet, so I don't know. Maybe there's many pivots ahead of me. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe no one cares about what I'm offering right now. But
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
yeah,
You will pivot until you fuck everybody and you win. Yeah,
yeah.
in the good
So
sense.
right. So I just have one quick story before we end this. This is the way I have an interesting story on how ChampSignal got started. So I was done with a previous SaaS I was building. It was called
Yeah.
Zero Face. I was really interested in that faceless YouTube
Oh yeah.
industry
Oh yeah, I
because I
saw
have a
that. That
friend.
to be honest, when you applied, I thought that was going to be this product. Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a friend making 30K a month doing that. And when I started getting into business, I like dabbled in it. And then I got to know like I guess the customers. So I thought, okay, I know their problems really well. Let me
Yeah.
start a SaaS in that niche. But that didn't work out. So anyway, after that, I was like, fuck B2C. I'm not doing B2C ever again in my entire life because this market had so many problems. Like, first of all, people were broke.
Yeah.
So like no one wanted to spend any money.
Yeah.
And so I
B2C.
reached out to Wilson from Senja. You know
Oh
Wilson from
yeah,
Senja?
Wilson. Yeah, yeah.
And bro, this guy is like the most helpful guy I've ever seen. Like if you look at his tweets, every single tweet he posts is like full of value. And he's
He
just
seems
helping
nice
people.
in the best way, not fake nice, just like a
Yeah.
genuine. Yeah.
He spent like he was in the middle of launching FernDesk, his new SaaS. He was like super busy onboarding people. And I was asking him questions about like what new business I should start. And he was like giving me those long replies. So anyway, so in the end, he gave me a full like SaaS he had started. Like he had done like 20% of ChampSignal. He just gave me the code base and he gave me the domain name. And so I just started building with 20%
Wow.
already done. And he was like, I
Wilson
know for
from
sure.
Senja. Oh my God.
He was like, I know for sure this is a viable business idea. I was like, damn, all right, let me try this.
Oh my God, that's like brilliant. That's the most beautiful indie hiking story ever. Like that's
Yeah,
the opposite of Vikram. Oh my God. He just gave you something. Wow, this
super
is so
helpful.
beautiful. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm a bit stressed because I'm afraid Nikhil will show up again. But
Yeah, no worries. Let's end
no,
this.
no.
Also, your camera's off or something.
Oh shit, my camera is off. Okay, hope it's okay in the recording. Well, we'll see. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Let's just do a fake goodbye for the YouTube. Okay. Bye, man.
All right. See ya.
Cheers.